first of all, can I ask your names? Welcome. Macy, welcome. Ella, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. Welcome to Santa's Grotto. This is a place of magic and mystery. I know it's cold in here, but let me tell you, it's nothing like as cold as it is many hundreds of miles to the north where I live. And let me introduce myself. I am Father Christmas, or Santa Claus. And over there is Mrs. Christmas. And we also have Sophie the elf, and she's here too. So welcome, children. I want to tell you a little story about what happened last year. As you may understand, at this time of year, it's always very, very busy. Always making presents, and the elves are very, very busy working all night, all day, for all the children throughout the world. Well, last year, the snow came early, and it snowed, and it snowed, and it snowed, till it was ever so deep on the ground, and it was ever so cold, bitterly cold. And one of my elves, Sidney, he had a cold, and he wasn't well enough to work as well as he did. So I gave him some time off, and I put him to bed with a brandy and a mince pie, and he seemed to be better. But he had a very, very important job to do on Christmas Eve. Now, can anybody guess what his job was? Very important job. Does anyone like to guess? What do you think, Jack? That is a very good suggestion. But it wasn't quite that. Does anybody else want to have a guess? That's a very good suggestion too. And he was involved in getting the present and delivering them. But his big job to do on Christmas Eve was to feed the reindeer. And because he wasn't so well, he actually forgot to do it. And so when they took off with the sleigh, laden with presents for all the boys and girls in the world, I was wondering why we were going so slowly. We were very high, going through the clouds, but we were going so slowly. And so I said to one of my reindeers, does anybody know the name of the reindeers? Any of Santa's reindeers?
Rudolph, Vixen, Dancer, Prancer.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Excellent.
There's Prancer and Dancer, Cupid, and one or two others as well. But it was Rudolph that I spoke to, and Rudolph told me that Sidney had forgotten to feed the reindeers. So what could we do? If the reindeers aren't fed, the presents won't be delivered throughout the world. And so I looked down and I couldn't see any shops open. Tesco's wasn't open, Waitrose wasn't open, but luckily, out of the corner of my eye, I saw this light. And we came down, it was a corner shop, and it was still open. And inside I managed to find some apples and some carrots and lots of other things that reindeers liked. But unfortunately, I made a bit of a mistake. I had bought a few packets of cheese and onion crisps, which the reindeers loved. But unfortunately, they trumped a lot after they'd eaten the crisps. I have to say, it was a bit smelly for the rest of the night. We managed to get all the presents delivered, but every now and then there was a bit of an explosion, and I was moving around on the seat. But eventually we did it. And so it's very important, boys and girls, that on Christmas Eve, if you remember, to put out some reindeer food, so that if Sidney by any chance forgets to feed the reindeers again, then he will have plenty, or the reindeers will have plenty of food when we come to your house. And if you could also remember to put out a small glass of sherry or a glass of wine for Santa, and a mince pie, or even 2 mince pies, that would be jolly good. As you can see, I do like my mince pies. So don't forget. And in fact, I'm going to give you some reindeer food. Now, Mrs. Christmas, do we have some reindeer food?
Here we go, my children. Now, if you take 1 bag each of reindeer food, there's 1 bag each. There we go. Would you like a bag? There you go. Has everyone got a bag? Now, what do they do with that? They sprinkle it on Christmas Eve.
Ooh, they just put it out for the reindeers. But I'll have a word with Sydney. But anyway, even if Sydney does feed them, I think the reindeers will take this food. I'm sure that they will enjoy it.
She's trying to look at it.
Do we have anything else for the children?
I think we do.
What do we have?
Well, the elves have been busy.
Ah,
Can anyone guess the name of some of the elves? Steve. Yes, Steve the elf.
we do have a Stephen elf. Any other suggestions?
Do you think? What about best friends' names?
Yes. Who's your best friend, Jack? Sorry? Cody. Do we have a Cody elf?
we do.
We do.
We do. And do you know what he does? He makes hot chocolate for everyone. And he brings it round for us. Father Christmas likes a bit of rum.
I do. It's true. It's true. Is it Cody who delivers the hot chocolate?
Yes, it
Ah,
is,
it's
dear.
time I want to remember his name. Cody.
Thank you, Cody. He'll love that.
Oh, I'll try to remember. I'll try to remember. So
Right.
what is this?
Now,
I've got some other things to but I think I've got some things in here too. What have we got? This says Macy with love, Santa. Now, is anybody called Macy?
She's there.
What have we got here? Now, this says to Tom with love, Santa. That must be for you, Tom. What is this? This one says to Jack with love, Santa. So welcome, Jack. This one
It's lovely,
is
isn't it?
Ella Rose with love, Santa. Ella Rose, that's for you. And I'll just have a look. There might be another one left. I don't think. Ah! Yes, there it is. There it is. So what does this one? This one says, to Charlotte with love, Santa. So that is for you, Charlotte.
now the elves have been writing letters.
Oh,
Yes, and from Santa. So there's Ella Rose there,
Rose. That's a
Ella
little
Rose.
letter from Santa.
and Tom. There's Tom's and Jack.
Oh, Jack's got
Now-
one too.
Are you 2 boys from a long way away?
Yeah.
Yes. Whereabouts are you from?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
It is a long.
Oh, you like going there, don't you?
It takes time, but I do get there.
There we go.
Ooh, you've dropped your
Do you know,
reindeer.
I think you need some more hats for Christmas,
No.
all of you children, because I'm going to give you something else. Here. There's Jack.
What else?
Very, very busy Macy.
Good.
She's not.
Oh, your hand's coming out. There we go.
Oh,
Macy.
Macy. Oh, and now you've got reindeer
And
food.
Tom.
here.
Oh,
You know, Arnold.
it's loaded up.
He plays you music.
Oh, he plays the violin wonderfully.
Yes, he
Wonderful.
does.
Is there No food for me. Macy, let me have your gingerbread. No, that's a joke. You must keep it.
Now, have all the
Didn't
children
get it off her.
Now, very quickly, I just want to ask you all, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want? Big Nate. Well, I can see the hoop you.
Oh, I like the
Oh, excellent.
He's fun.
Macy, do you know what you like for Christmas? A pink teddy bear. Oh, absolutely. Charlotte, what would you like for Christmas? A camera.
Oh, bless.
Yes, that is it.
Oh.
Yes, we have some very, very clever elves. They're technological elves. All cameras, DVDs, computers, you name it. They are very, very clever.
It's called Peter.
Oh, yes. Ella Rose, do you know what you would like for Christmas?
Steve, Bob, and Peter.
Cake. I like girl after my own heart. Cake is very good.
Oh, okay.
And Jack, what would you like for
Lego
Christmas?
Star Wars.
Oh, Lego Star Wars. Excellent,
All the
excellent.
fighters and the
Yes.
Yes.
Very, very.
Yeah, we have a Lego elf.
Oh, we have one or two Lego elves. Very, very popular. Very popular, particularly this Christmas. I just hope I can get them all in the sleigh, I'm sure.
Oh, gosh.
I'm sure I will. I'm just a bit concerned about your cake, though, because I'm a bit partial to cake myself. I have to say. Oh, you have to put a padlock on it, I think. Yes, she's very good at things.
Just put them on the floor, it's okay, we'll
Very
help
good.
you.
Like children, I think we've got some more children
Oh.
coming through very shortly. Santa.
Any questions for Santa Claus or for Mrs. No. As much as I like him, I think you like him too.
Ask him if he's big.
That's very, very
You want to
kind
ask him a
of you,
question?
Ella Rose,
Oh,
but I
it's
have
okay.
plenty, honestly. I'd much rather you keep it.
Wow, keep hold of your reindeer food then.
Actually got you
Was
on
he
it.
really good? In a minute you can.
Any other questions? In fact, any questions?
Why don't you go and ask him if he's got all the toys ready for Santa?
Sophie the Elf,
Okay.
will you show the children out?
So open it.